Alright, peace and love. My name is Dre and welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you for watching part 2 of this video for why you need to visit Accra, Ghana, or why you might just need to consider packing up and moving there altogether. Now, if you missed part 1 of this video, I highly suggest that you check it out as I posted the link below. Also, you can see it right here on the screen, okay? Alright, we good? Let's get started with part 2 for reasons on why you need to visit Accra, Ghana, or why you need to move there altogether. Let's get it. Alright, so the first reason I'm gonna bring up, and for real, I'm surprised I didn't talk about it in my last video, but it is the food. Ghana has some amazing cuisine, and the food is really good no matter which part of Ghana I was in. Also, which is very important, particularly if you're coming from the West and you're not accustomed to African dishes, Accra specifically does a good job of making the transition of having the accessibility to American style foods. So getting fried chicken or hamburgers and things like that, it was easily accessible. So it was not completely a culture shock when it came to eating. It wasn't hard finding a restaurant that offered food that I would enjoy. And even for me, as I'm actually a vegan, I was able to find options where I still enjoyed my meals. And one of the things that I really like is that they have, street vendors, right? So what I would do is I would go to the vendors who would serve fresh fruit. I love getting me those mangoes, pineapples, cocoa, bananas. And the dope part is I don't have to worry about GMO or any unhealthy preservatives that's in the food. I'm really picky with that. Or any weird stuff like that. And for the folks who live in the States, y'all know our food supply really ain't safe like that, And so those vendors were a really good go-to in the morning, getting me some fresh fruit. They would cut it up for me, they was extremely nice. And so that alone was enough for me to go back. It was just so much loved. I absolutely love those. All right, and the second reason of what I'm gonna talk about on why you need to visit or just move to Ghana and Accra altogether is because of the affordability of living outside of the United States. Now, in my last video, I spoke about the cost of living with regards to securing a home or an apartment, as the cost of living is very low comparatively speaking to what folks pay for rent in the States. But the beautiful thing about one of the benefits, I guess, about the US dollar is that it stretches, and everything in Ghana is relatively affordable for most Americans and people living in the West. So here's an example. Me catching an Uber from my old place in Atlanta to the airport would be an approximate 30-minute ride. And that would cost me anywhere between $25 to $40, depending on the time of day, how much traffic, and all of that. Now hear me on this, turn your phone up and just zoom in right quick, okay? The most I spent on an Uber ride in Accra was $6. And truthfully, most times I spent $1 or $2. So if you're wondering how you're gonna get around or asking yourself, do you need to bring your car? You won't need it. At most you will spend, at that rate of $1 to $2 per ride, you'll probably spend about $80 a month on Uber. So just imagine your car note being $80 a month. If you haven't experienced a victory lately, that is what I call a win. But yes, in general, the things that you will need to get through the day, the week, the month, it's all affordable. Groceries are very cheap. And I guess it depends on what you get. But for the most part, your food expenses is not going to be a burden for you. Truthfully, depending on your monthly budget, you could honestly eat out most days. A regular fulfilling meal, let's say at a fast food restaurant, something like that, you would spend no more than $3 to $5. So if you manage correctly, you can live your life very comfortable. I'm not sure why, but Ghana is definitely slept on. People are starting to pick up on it now, but it's really been slept on for a really long time. It is a beautiful country with beautiful people. beautiful places to explore, and with all that beauty, it is very affordable for most people who live in the States or in the West. So yes, if you're serious about visiting or about moving to Accra, Ghana, or Ghana in general, definitely check out my last video here and stick around for the rest of this video as I have one more special gem to drop for y'all. But first, go ahead and like this video, and in the comment section below, I want y'all to tell me what is stopping you from making that major move. That move to, move out of the country, right? And also, where are some places where you can see yourself living for a long extended period of time? Let me know below. All right, so here is my last point for you to make that move, and that is the diversity of scenery throughout the country. Now, I have specifically been talking to you guys about Accra, which is the country's capital and is essentially the primary hub for, expats and folks who are visiting the country. However, there are other beautiful parts in Ghana to explore, and I'm gonna give you 2 regions to visit that I would recommend. Now, this place here is one that is dear to my heart. I absolutely love going to it, and it is called Cape Coast. Now, Cape Coast is very rural, it's very calm, in comparison to Accra. It has beautiful beaches and some great attractions to check out. But Cape Coast is about a 3 to 4 hour drive, which can be a bit long because there are stops in between as you, take that trip. But once you arrive, I'm telling you, you're going to love it. And it's a great location. And once you do visit, because I know y'all gonna go, once you do visit, definitely check out this resort in Cape Coast. It is called Lemon Beach. I stayed there for 5 days and I absolutely enjoyed my time and would recommend it to anybody, who's looking to go to Ghana. Another city to check out is called Kumasi, which is in the Ashanti region, and the Ashanti region is north of Accra. Now, I would not recommend driving there. For me, it is too long. It's about like a 5 to 6 hour drive. But fortunately, for folks who don't want to drive, Kumasi has an airport, which is like about a 40-minute flight and will cost you anywhere between $80 and $100, like round trip, from Accra to, to Kumasi. Now, Kumasi is actually the former capital of Ghana, and I consider it like a cultural hub. It has a very rich history, and if you don't know, I would recommend that you check out this great warrior. She was a freedom fighter. Her name is Ya Asantewa. She is actually from the Ashanti region, like from Kumasi. But yes, those are some great cities and regions to check out if you're going to Ghana for the first time, or if you're visiting again, and if you haven't gone to those places, I would highly, highly recommend. And as you get to know, more people, on the continent or Ghanaians specifically, they will definitely help you out and will recommend places that fits what you're looking for. Just go around, talk to people, engage with people. They'll definitely help you out, I promise. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you should definitely check out part 1 of this video right here. And in my next video, I will be showing you guys 5 affordable cities outside of the United States that I plan to visit for a few months. And if you're considering traveling and don't have the time to research different places, I definitely recommend you watch the next video. But again, thank you for watching, and peace and love to you. Stay blessed.